Hey everyone, it's James Lambert, the motivational coach and speaker. I went from knockouts to knowledge and from headlocks to hugs. I still embrace people, just now in a more positive way. So hello to you and welcome to this spectacular Saturday. Out on my walk, as usual, my furry friend there, Mr. Max. Goodness me. It is a beautiful day weather-wise. Every day is always beautiful when you've got love in your heart and the peace that surpasses all understanding. But my goodness, look at the weather today. This is what I call a summer's day. And it does help. You know, those of us and those of our friends that typically have a glass half full disposition, my goodness, doesn't the weather help people's moods? It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And while I'm walking around, I'm just thinking about joy. Joy, joy, joy. And I encourage you to be joy, to be joy, to be joyous, to be joyful, and to be joy-filled. And what's so beautiful when you are joyful, which is a form of ecstasy, when you're ecstatic, is that no incompatible states, none of the negative energies or frequencies, if you like, such as depression, anxiety, worry, rage, anger, any of those things, they just cannot simultaneously exist. So I want you today to focus on joy, particularly if you're struggling with your temper. I've had a lot of people get in touch with me on my Facebook public page, James Lambert, you know, dealing with, and not just young men, you know, dealing with anger, dealing with rage, and they're wondering. But the thing is, I gently suggest, and I tell them, where is your focus? Your focus is on the rage and anger. Is it any surprise you're getting more of the same? Your focus needs to be on that which is its exact and equal opposite, such things as peace and tranquility, harmony and love, joy and ecstasy. When you dwell on these things, moreover, when you actually be those things, don't just do them, be those things. How can you be angry? I mean, just try, you know, don't take my words. Think of someone you love. It could be your very own dear son or daughter, your significant other, your partner, your wife, husband, girlfriend or boyfriend. It could be a favoured cousin, your mum or dad. Who you pick is not as important as that you think and focus on someone or something that brings your heart great joy. See, have you got it? You see how naturally it brings a smile to your face. You cannot be in a bad mood while focusing on that. You know, there's a lovely film, I think it was Happy Gilmore, and so many secrets are hidden in films and songs. But, you know, we gloss over them because they're, as it were, hidden in plain sight. But it was almost like he went to his happy place, as they called it. But although that was done in an almost comedic manner, that is very much so. I do that myself. As I said, it can be a person you bring to mind or a place where it literally brought you great joy. And when you focus on that, my goodness, anything, any rage, any anger, any bitterness, any hatred you may have previously been feeling, it just drops away in the light of that. So I want to encourage you to be joyful today and don't feel guilty about it. That's another thing I know previously in my life. When things are going well, either you're almost like, oh, things are going too well, what's going to happen soon? This silly thinking, or I should say unhelpful thinking. Or it's almost like you're guilty because, oh, but what is that about those that haven't got it so good? But don't you see, you do not help them one jot by being miserable with them. Everyone, and I say it with great love, because I myself was one of those with this thinking, but I had to raise myself up. Yes, there's a time to ask for help. People indeed ask for mine, but know that I can't do the work for you. I'm just a mirror in which I reflect your glorious beauty back to you, but you have to begin the work. And so be joyful. Do not be guilty about your happiness. And remember that lovely saying, you can liken it to any of the good vibes, whether it's happiness, peace, joy, ecstasy. You know, he said, how can I help the poor if I'm still one of them? Now, Jay-Z said it, but someone said it before him, I forget. That's not important. What's important is that stands for joy as well. How can I, you know, help the downtrodden if you are downtrodden as well? How can I help the negative, the pessimistic, The depressed people, if you are in that state yourself, you see, you can't. If you're, in order to give them a helping hand up, you've got to be the light. You've got to maintain and emit the frequency that you want: joy, happiness, ecstasy, peace, love and harmony. So I encourage you today, be joyful, be joy-filled, be joyous. Go out and have the most stupendous Saturday. Really live with all your heart. Go for your dreams with great passion and enthusiasm, and know this: from my heart to yours, you are unstoppable, and I believe in you.